Hi, my name is Dr. Kelly Mothner, and I'm a psychologist with a private practice in Hermosa Beach. So, two of the most important things in life are becoming a solid individual and having meaningful relationships. As human beings, our two strongest drives are our drive for autonomy, which is having control over our own life, and our drive for connection, also known as attachment. In adulthood, one of the biggest challenges is actually finding a balance between these two needs. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to actually achieve a balance between autonomy and connection, what is known in the world of psychology as differentiation. Differentiation is what provides the foundation for being a solid self while in close, intimate relationships with others. Now, how do you actually achieve this balance? How do you become this solid, differentiated self? That's the big question. And it starts by understanding what renowned psychologist Dr. David Schnarch has termed the 4 points of balance. These 4 points provide you with strategies for becoming a solid, unique individual, and also one who is capable of creating and sustaining enduring and resilient relationships. So the first point of balance is having a solid, flexible self. Many of us actually struggle to have a solid sense of who we are, or we lack a true identity of our own. And what this means is we become overly dependent in our intimate relationships. So on one side, we can become claustrophobic and feel controlled, like we're losing our sense of self and don't really know who we are anymore. And on the other side, we can become emotionally fused, which means we are constantly fearful that our partner will abandon us or that they don't love us anymore. And as a result, we need constant reassurance that they love us unconditionally and are fully committed. So without a solid self, we come to rely on other people's positive affirmation and validation in order to feel good about ourselves. The problem with this is that when we don't get this positive feedback, we not only end up feeling badly about ourselves, but we also end up feeling hurt, resentful, or angry towards our partner. So in contrast, a solid self means that you have a core set of internal values that help guide you and also help you so that whenever you are doubting yourself or don't know what to do, it gives you a sense of a direction to go. Now, a solid self also means that you're able to hold on to your perspective or your viewpoint, even in the face of pressure to conform from others. You have a strong sense of your own self-worth, which helps you navigate challenging times. You also are able to allow others to be right sometimes, and you don't have to be right all the time yourself. When you are wrong, you don't become defensive or angry or upset. The flexible part means that you're able to learn from your mistakes, you can adapt to change, you are able to allow others to have their own opinions, and you make room for your partner in your relationship. So how I like to think about it is you're able to stand on your own 2 feet in your relationship without stepping on your partner's toes. Now, the second point of balance is quiet mind and calm heart. And what this means is being able to manage your own internal emotional world, which includes your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and your body's physical response to all 3 of these. In a practical sense, it means that you're able to control your anxiety so that it doesn't run away with you. It means that you are able to manage your emotions and soothe your own hurts. And also, you routinely check in with your body's responses as another cue to understand what is happening. The third point of balance is grounded responding. Now, one of the most common pitfalls in intimate relationships is overreacting to anxiety-producing or tense situations or interactions. This can mean lashing out, having a short fuse, constantly yelling, saying mean or hurtful things when having difficult conversations, falling to pieces over small things. All of these are examples of not grounded responding. Interestingly, avoiding things is also not grounded responding. So when we fail to take action or address something when taking action is necessary, that's not grounded. And even though it may be more socially acceptable, it's still not a better route to go. So when we avoid that difficult conversation with our partner because we don't want to upset the status quo, or we put off disciplining our teenage son or daughter because we just don't want to deal with their negative reaction, these are all not grounded. So grounded responding, in contrast, means being able to make modulated responses to triggering events, situations, people, or interactions. How I like to think about this one is you know when to speak up and address something directly. And you also know when to take a deep breath, soothe yourself, and not say anything. So the fourth and final point of balance is meaningful endurance. And this is basically tolerating pain for growth, and it's one of the most important predictors of success in life. Endurance means that you are able to have the will and the perseverance to stick with things. And what this means is it increases the chance of success in relationships, in marriage, in parenting, and in your career goals and aspirations. It means sticking with things so that you can actually accomplish your goals. It means doing what needs to be done, even if that means it's scary, daunting, anxiety-producing, or sometimes even painful. It means that you're able to confront hardship and disappointment, and you're able to bounce back after defeat. But what's important is it doesn't mean blindly persevering. It doesn't mean stubbornness or not facing the facts. It certainly doesn't mean tolerating pain for no reason or staying in a bad relationship. What it does mean is there may be pain, but it's only for the purpose of growth. If there is no growth, then it's just not meaningful. So what I've just presented to you is an ideal. It's something for all of us to strive for. I'm sure you're wondering though, okay, well, how does knowing this, understanding this actually help me in my day-to-day life? And that's what I want to end with. I want to explain how this can help you as you navigate your real world life. So the next time you're in a situation or an interaction and you just start noticing yourself feeling agitated or upset or anxious, uneasy, even just your body is tense, what this means is one of your 4 points of balance is actually shaky. So it's in these exact moments that I want you to practice pausing and asking yourself this very question. Which point of balance do I need right now? Is it a solid, flexible self? Is it quiet mind and calm heart? Is it grounded responding? Or is it meaningful endurance? And the answer to this question will provide you with a guide map for regaining your sense of balance so that you can then handle that particular situation or that difficult interaction from the strongest and best part of you. So what I want to now talk about is an exercise that you can actually do yourself that encourages you to use some of the ideas that I talked about the 4 points of balance, but I'm wanting you to take it to the next step and actually apply it to your own relationship. So a common dilemma is when we think about our relationships, we normally think about it in terms of what we need our partner to be or how we need our partner to act so that we're happy. We rarely, if ever, really point the finger at ourselves and ask ourselves, well, what type of partner do I want to be? What type of partner do I want to live up to be? And so that's what I want to focus on. It's a writing activity, so if you are able to kind of briefly set aside some time to do this on your own, it can take 5 or 10 minutes, but the goal is to point the finger at yourself. And often, I know we can make lists and lists about what we expect from our partner or what we want from them, and it's really easy to do, but this one's a little harder. Because what I'm going to challenge you to do is actually write down the 5 or 10 things that you believe are intentions you are going to set for yourself to bring into your own relationship. And you can really use the 4 points of balance as some ideas. So, for example, it may be that one intention you're going to set for yourself is that you aren't going to necessarily look to your partner to give you a positive, validation of something or to make you feel good about something, but instead you're going to practice doing that for yourself. You can also think about it in terms of the grounded responding. You might set the intention of, I'm going to practice pausing before reacting when I feel angry. And that would be one of your intentions that you set. But the really good thing about writing it down is that it's a reference point for you so that you can return to it. You can see if you're making progress on reaching any of these intentions and goals. And what's great is because you're making them for yourself, you're in complete control of them. The biggest dilemma is when we make expectations for our partner and then it sets us up to be disappointed because we have no control of whether they happen or not. But these intentions, these are yours. So I want to encourage you to try this activity. It will take no more than 5 minutes even, and write down your intentions for your relationship, and then come back in a week or two and see if you've been able to actually implement any of them into your daily life. So that's all for now, and feel free to visit my website or give me a call. This is once again Dr. Kelly Mothner, and I'm right in Hermosa Beach.